on the first part, not so bad on the second part.
Page number 78, sir. Question.
Okay, 8 now.
78. Malik हो रहे हैं.
So say, gentlemen, please put your cameras on. I don't want to keep saying that, but you should have your cameras on. Let me know you're alive. You're not a robot. There you go. Keep them on. Good. Good. This part, I don't know what sort of camera you've got, but it's just a blur at the moment. You're just a big blur.
Yes, sir. Camera is not working. It's blurred.
Yeah, there's something there. Fair enough, at least you're there. Good. Okay. Right, while waiting, I'll throw some questions out. There's 2 more guys to turn up, but I'll throw a question out to some of you, and we'll see how we get on from there. Excuse me. Right, so a bit of recap from yesterday. Who's looking confident? Keep the cameras on, so I know you can answer me. Right, hey Reem, or hey Ram. I apologise how you say that. Is it hey Ram? Yeah? And put your microphone on, and if you answer this question, please. What is the blade angle? What is the blade angle? Hey Ram. Can you hear me, Hiram? Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What is the blade angle?
The angle between chord of the element,
Yeah.
and plane of rotation.
Blade rotation. Good man. Thank you. Okay. Next.
Sir, one question. Blade angle is equal to what 2 angles, sir? Blade angle is equal to angle plus angle is the given. Question number 2.
The plane of rotation. So you've got plane of rotation, which is like that, and then the actual chord line. So that whole angle there is your blade angle. Yeah. And remember, then between that, you've got your relative airflow in between that.
It is the sum of 2 angles, sir. Which are those 2 angles, blade angles?
I'll put the diagram back up. It's not the sum of 2 angles. What I can do, though, that'll look is. Just 2 seconds till I get another one.
Sir, question number 278, sir. Page number 78.
Yeah, I'll just have to. I can't go back and forth on the page of the PowerPoint that quick, unfortunately. But what I'll do, I will draw it for you, though. Okay, hopefully this will work. Let's see if this. There we go. A little bit of blue. Right, so let's say that's your propeller. Okay. Oops. Oh, don't do that. This propeller. So you've got. Right. So you've got this line down here. Not the easiest to draw on this thing. I do apologise. So the blade angle is the whole angle. Okay. If I was to extend that propeller, there. That's the whole angle. That's the blade angle. Yeah. In between that, you have got. Not the easiest to draw. I do apologise. That's your angle of attack. Oh god. Your angle of attack. This bit here is angle of attack, but the whole angle between the plane of rotation, which is down there, to there, for the chord line going through the propeller, is the whole angle. We call it the blade angle. The only angle of attack between the chord line and the propeller and the relative airflow, that is your angle of attack. And then your helix angle is just the bit here, this bit in between. Remember, helix angle or angle advanced. So basically, a blade angle is your angle advance plus your angle of attack, if that makes it easier. Okay, I apologise for the writing there. I'll try and do better next time. Okay. All right, let's see where that is. Where was it? Right, okay. Hope that helped a little bit. Not the best writing, I do apologise. It's not easy to draw in these graphics tabs, especially online. But I'll show that. I'll get the diagram back for you later on. Don't worry. Another one there. Okay. Other question. Which one's going to look at now? Where is it now? I'll find the one I'm trying to find for you. Oh yeah. On propeller blades, on the construction of them, on the leading edge, there's sometimes a nickel strip. Okay, what is the nickel strip for? On the very front lip of the propeller blade. Parasmani, what do you think that is?
Protection of leading edge. Protection of leading edge. We use nickel.
Yeah, just a protection strip, extra bit of rigidity, just in case it potentially hits something. Obviously, it's going to hit something, it's going to look at damage. But against small items and even birds flying through the air, hitting birds, hopefully that could help it from smashing to smithereens. So a little bit of protection and also erosion. As that propeller spins really fast and going through the air, there will be erosion through time, just purely by the force of friction and air going over the blade as well. Yeah, so you will get a little bit of erosion. So it just helps protect it. Nickel, it's strong, but lightweight as well. Good. Right. Let's see. Got that one done. And the other one was going to be. Now, let's see who's feeling confident. I'll open this out to any of you. If an engine RPM is constant, okay, with a variable pitch propeller, an increase in engine power requires the pilot to do what? Or automatically. It could be automatically, or it could be the pilot that does this. So if you've got an engine that has an RPM that's constant, with a variable pitch propeller, an increase in engine power requires what? Anybody? What are people thinking there? So if engine RPM is to remain constant on an engine fitted with a variable pitch propeller, an increase in engine power requires what? So we're going to provide more power to the engine, but we want to maintain the RPM constant. So what do we want to do to the propeller? Let's have a think about that one. A nice deep question to start the day. Who's got an answer for that one?
Change the pitch.
Yeah, so if engine RPMs to remain constant, we want to keep the speed of the engine the same, but we want to increase power. Now, all we can increase power is to speed up the engine, but we can do something with the propeller that will keep the RPM constant. Okay, so we need more power, but keep the RPM constant. Okay, so what could we do with the propeller? Although we put more power in the engine, we don't want to speed up any faster, if that makes sense. Okay, so we can do something with the propeller that will counteract that, whilst at the same time giving us more power. Yeah, nice deep question to start with. So think about. I can't tell you because that'll give you the answer. Go on.
Any angle of attack.
Change the angle of attack. Yeah. Now it might be automatic. It could be an automatic system that we'll cover later on, or it could be manual. If it's a 2-power lever, the pilot can set the angle of attack on it. So yeah, if you put more power in the engine without changing the angle of attack, then yes, the propeller's going to go faster. But if we increase from a fine position to a coarse position, that will put more stress on propeller, which will try and slow the engine down. So it's like trying. I'll use this swimming analogy again. You're swimming through the water. You want more power. You swim faster. Yeah, that'll give you more power. If you keep your hands in line with the water, you won't go any faster. But you won't get more power, but you go faster. But by increasing your angle of attack as you go through the water and do faster, you'll maintain that power and your constant speed of the engine. All right. So by increasing or coarsening the pitch of the blade, we can maintain that RPM. All right. At the same time, while we have the engine more power. All right. So we're making in other words, we're making the propeller work harder to give us more power. Okay. If we want the propeller to work easier, we just find the blade off. But if we find the blade off, what will happen is the propeller will go faster unless we reduce the throttle setting on the engine. Okay. questions like that we'll go through quite a few times because there's a good chance you'll get some sort of variation of that question in the exam, okay? Whether it's the aircraft going faster or increasing power or decreasing power or airspeed and that sort of thing, okay? So we'll get my head around that. We'll go over that quite a few times, different types. So another one then. When an aircraft with a fixed pitch propeller increases forward speed, what will happen to the angle of attack? So this time it's a fixed pitch propeller. The aircraft is going faster, so it could be in a dive, for instance. So what's going to happen to the angle of attack on a fixed pitch propeller with the aircraft going faster?
Decrease.
Yeah, good. It will decrease, yeah. Because remember, it's almost like the aircraft's catching up with the propeller. Obviously it isn't, but in relation to the relative airflow, it is catching up the relative airflow. So if the aircraft's going faster, the angle of attack must decrease. Yeah. What's going to happen there? Your propeller angle of attack is less, so there's less resistance on propeller. So what will happen is your propeller will start going faster on a fixed pitch propeller. Okay. So again, another variation of those type of questions. Okay, another one. Solidity of a propeller is a ratio. Now it's a ratio between what? So remember we did the calculation yesterday using 2 pi r and all that good stuff. Now, so what is solidity? It's a ratio between something and something. And what was the ratio? Not the numbers, just the names.
Solidity.
Yeah, solidity, it's a ratio between two things. Okay, so remember we were speaking about a disk yesterday. Now, if that was a solid disk, it's a 1-to-1 ratio because it's solid.
Disk area over blade area.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the relationship between the total blade area and the propeller disk area. Yeah, the more blades you have, the more solid, that disk could be. Because it goes round, it makes a disk. So potentially, the more blades, the more solid it becomes. The less blades, the less solid. And if you did some calculations last night, put your own numbers in there, you'll see the relationship, the ratio going up, or the ratio going down. If the ratio goes down, that means there's either bigger blades or more blades. That's what's meaning. The less blades or the smaller blades, the bigger the ratio number. Okay, good. All right, we'll not come on to those ones because we've not done those ones. Yeah, we'll leave them for a bit longer. Okay, let's take a few questions just to see where we are. The main ones to make sure with part 1 and part 1 book anyway is the relationship between forward speed, propeller speed, angle of attack, and that sort of thing. Yeah. Once you get those around there, easy questions, won or lost point wise. All right. So fingers crossed, we'll go through those. But definitely, we'll recap every day. Some of those at the end of the day, like we do every day, and definitely on Tuesday afternoon as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on now to the next part. We'll keep going, and I'll forget my. Where's it going? There we go. That's the one I want to do. So we finished off yesterday at I think it was basically doing gear ratios. So remember, gear ratio